Hello. In this presentation, we're going to be learning about Georgia's rivers. So you see in our map, we have the Chattahoochee River that goes all the way from the Blue Ridge Mountains down to the bottom of Georgia. You have the Flint River that starts in the Piedmont and goes down to the coastal plain. And then the Savannah River that goes almost up to the Blue Ridge Mountains and then down into the Atlantic Ocean. So this is the Savannah River in yellow. It forms most of the border between Georgia and then South Carolina is right here. It flows into the Atlantic Ocean where Savannah is right there. And James Oglethorpe named Savannah after the word for grassy plain. Our next one is the Flint River. It begins near Atlanta. It goes from the southwest corner of Georgia to the Gulf of Mexico. And it's named for the flint quartz found on its banks. So if you go to where the land and the river meet, you can find quartz. The Chattahoochee River. This begins at the Blue Ridge Mountains and goes down through the state. It forms a big part of the Georgia and Alabama border. It's a Creek word that means river of painted rocks. Georgia's rivers. The state of Georgia has several major and minor rivers. There are also many creeks, waterfalls, swamps, and marshes. The three major rivers are the Savannah River, the Flint River, and the Chattahoochee River. Many smaller rivers flow into these rivers. The Savannah River runs along the South Carolina and Georgia border. This river is about 300 miles long. There are several cities on this river. Savannah and Augusta are cities on the Savannah River. The Savannah River was used in colonial times for transportation. There are power plants and ports on the Savannah River. Savannah has a major port, means where ships come in to bring goods to Georgia and then they leave to take goods away from Georgia, where all the ships would land or would dock. These ships bring cargo from all over the world. The Flint River flows from the upper middle part of the state to the Gulf of Mexico. It starts on the south side of Atlanta. It then flows through Georgia, through part of Florida, and ends in the Gulf of Mexico. The river is 344 miles long. It is one of the few rivers in the country that is this long without any dams. It helps western Georgia drain after lots of rain. The river floods at times. There was a major flood in 1994. This river is also home to many plants. So a dam is something, when a dam is closed, it holds back the water. When it's released, it lets the water out. The Chattahoochee River forms a large part of the Alabama and Georgia border. It also forms a small part of the Florida and Georgia border. This river is 430 miles long. This river makes many rivers and lakes. There have been many changes to this river. It has been changed for flood control, water for people, as well as for barges, which are the big ships that bring things into the ports. So hope you enjoyed this presentation.